Hello everyone, and hope you are doing well. So this is second part of WebRTC with OpenAI video. Now let's jump to the code and see how actually we can implement this. So in the interest of time, I have already set up the code, installed Next.js. So the objective of this project is to use OpenAI as an AI assistant. I'm setting up a client component indicated by use client. So let's go step by step. The first four variables we have here are is connected, number one, which indicates whether the pairs have connected or not. The second one is the transcript, which will contain the transcripts which are sent by OpenAI. The third one is a pair connection reference, which is a reference to the RTC pair connection. So RTC pair connection is responsible for managing the connection between the client between the pairs. Basically we can set up the connection. We can listen to the events which are sent by OpenAI, and also we can close the connection. And then we have media stream reference. So this will hold the stream which is like sent out from the browser. If we go back to the screen, the first step was to capture the device permissions and then create the offer and then send it to OpenAI through the signaling server. And that's what we are going to do here. So we ask for the permission of audio, uh, and we set it to the stream. So once we get the stream, we set it to the reference that we created in line number 9. So, and the next step is creating the peer connection, which is responsible for managing the connection. And then, so we have get track. So as soon as we get the tracks, we add the tracks to the pair connection object through the add track function. All right, and then the peer connection object has other event listeners. Say, for example, on ask candidate. So. This will indicate that the other side, that is OpenAI, is sending ICE candidates, which are the IP addresses through which it will communicate. And then we do not have anything here. So we have the second next event listener, which is on connection state change, and uh, we will we will see that if it is connected, then we will find it as connected, and we set it to is connected state variable. So the next event listener is on track, and this will be called when the peer connection receives audio streams from the other side, that is from OpenAI. So we create an object, an audio element dynamically, and then we set this stream to the source object, to the source basically. And we append the audio element to the body. So during the peer-to-peer communication, OpenAI will send multiple data to the browser. So we can access or listen to the data by creating channels. That's what we are doing it here. We are creating a data channel called response, and we are listening to it. So whenever we receive a message, we check if it includes transcript. So if the transcript is there, then we set the transcript. So this is about the on message. And so these are the different listeners that we will come across. The next is we create the offer through the create offer function, and then we send it. And to do that, the first step is to set the peer connection with the set local description. And then we send the offer, that is offer.stp, to the other side, that is to OpenAI through the signaling server. So actions SDP is nothing but we are sending the offer to our signaling server, and the signaling server will send it to OpenAI. So if we go back to the diagram, so we are doing this part. So we are creating the offer and then sending it to the server. All right. So let's, if we see it here, the objective of this function is to get the remote SDP. Once we get the remote SDP, we set the remote description, right, through the peer connection object. And that's about it. Now let's see the actions SDP function. So actions SDP is nothing but we are posting to the backend. All right. So here we are creating the offer, and then we are sending it to the backend. That's what we are doing it here. So fetch API slash WebRTC, and then we are sending the offer. All right. And then once we send the offer, we should be receiving the answer. So we call it remote SDP and return from here. Now coming back to the function call, we get the remote SDP and then we set the answer. Next, we have the function called close WebRTC, which is nothing but we are closing the connection. So we close it and then we clear all the streams, right? All the streams and all the state variables. And finally, we have the view here. So uh, so basically, if it is connected, it shows disconnect, and otherwise it says start WebRTC. And then we have the callback functions here registered. All right, now let's go back to the server side and see what exactly is happening there. All right, so now this is a post method, and then we have the API key, OpenAI API key in the environment variable, and then we get the SDP offer which is sent from the client side. We try to extract it. If it is not there, then we return 400. Otherwise, we set off the instructions and continue the handshaking process. So we set the instructions to the system, and then which is defined here, and then we set the voice to be verse in this case. It also has other options such as ASSS, and then finally we send we call the API, the OpenAI API, all right, where we send the SDP in the body, and then in the authorization we have the OpenAI API key. So if there's an error, it is code here. If everything goes well, then OpenAI returns the remote SDP, and then we return it back to the front end. All right, so now let's run the code. I am running it at 3000. So now let's open the application. So let me start by clicking on start WebRTC. It will ask for the permissions to access mic, and the handshaking process will start. Hello,
Hello, how can I assist you today?
can you tell me a rhyme from nursery?
Sure, here's a popular nursery rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Okay, can you tell me another one?
Of course, here's another one. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
All right, thank you. All right, so that's about it. Thank you.